Just a quick update on some of the preliminary reports from the tornadoes that we had touched down over the weekend across portions of Texas. Here's a look at the Van, Texas tornado. Preliminary rating of EF3 strength on the ground for 9.9 miles, and we had a total of 2 fatalities and 47 injuries. Again, this information is courtesy of the National Weather Service survey team out of Dallas and Fort Worth. And this wasn't the only tornado. We had several tornadoes touch down in this area. And in fact, we had another EF3 tornado that touched down in Cisco, Texas. Let's look at the survey report from the National Weather Service office in Dallas, Fort Worth here. We had another tornado hit Denton, Texas. It was rated an EF1, peak wind of 100 miles per hour, on the ground for a little over 5 miles, and thankfully we did not have any fatalities and no injuries to report. And for the Cisco tornado, it was rated an EF3. We had a total peak wind of 145 miles per hour, on the ground for a total of 10.6 miles, and 1 fatality, unfortunately, and 1 injury as well. So, boy, these areas have been dealing with very, very active weather over the past few days. Thoughts and prayers go out to everyone involved. Unfortunately, the weather is not helping the situation because we're seeing a flash flood watch in a lot of these areas this morning. Looking at the National Weather Service current alerts out there, you can see all this green here across from central Oklahoma right down through a good part of Texas. This is a flash flood watch for the potential of more heavy rain over the coming days, and this is on top of an already very saturated ground. So obviously we're going to have those flooding concerns, and already this morning we're seeing that rain. Looking at the radar, you can see some rain falling here across portions of central Texas. A pretty good band here, moderate to even at times heavy rain setting up through here this morning, and more rounds of heavy showers and thunderstorms here along the Gulf Coast here from Houston, Texas, right down to Corpus Christi, and down towards Brownsville, Texas. So unfortunately these areas are seeing more heavy rain, and it's going to be the trend over the next couple of days. In fact, just looking at the rainfall potential for today and right through tomorrow, we're going to see pretty significant totals. Here's a look at the current quantitative precipitation forecast from the National Weather Service NOAA Weather Prediction Center. And this is a look at the rainfall potential from now through 7 o'clock Central Time Thursday. So within the next couple of days, we are talking about the potential of 2 to 4 inches of rain in this area. You can see a peak here just north of Dallas here, where we could see more than 4 inches of rain, according to the National Weather Service Weather Prediction Center here. So unfortunately, we're talking about some more very heavy rain on top of it's an already very saturated ground. So flooding is going to be a big concern over the coming days. Looking at the severe weather threat, thankfully we are not talking about any real concerns for severe weather over the next few days for now. The current outlook for today, we have that marginal threat here across portions of the east, along the east coast, as we have a strong cold front that is pushing eastward associated with this storm. Part of the same storm that brought that severe weather this weekend across the central plains, the southern plains. Obviously, those tornadoes that touched down in Texas. And of course, not only did we see tornadoes in Texas, we also had tornadoes in Iowa and South Dakota and Kansas. And a lot of areas certainly got in on that severe weather over the weekend. The storm is now pushed towards the east coast. We have a cold front that's pushing eastward. Just a marginal threat, though, with these storms today across the east. Really, we're going to see most of these storms staying below that severe weather criteria. And just a few areas to watch for marginal risk across portions of the Gulf Coast states here in southern Texas, right through to areas such as Louisiana and southern Mississippi and Alabama. And also, we have a marginal threat here up towards Idaho and Montana, eastern periphery here, an upper level low. Could see a few thunderstorms erupt throughout the day today, but really staying below that severe weather criteria. So overall, we're not really concerned about severe weather over the next few days. And even tomorrow's threat is just, we have a marginal threat across portions of southwest Texas, but we're not talking about anything to really be too concerned about. And then Thursday, for now, probabilities are too low to issue anything as far as a marginal risk or greater. So just a general area here where thunderstorms are possible is what you're seeing on this map. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see at least a marginal threat issued for portions of Texas as we get closer. Obviously, right now, probabilities are too low to go ahead and mention that, but we'll see if they do indeed at least issue a marginal threat for some areas. For the Day 3 outlook, this is for Thursday, and that is unfortunate. It looks like we're going to see another severe weather outbreak developing as we get into Friday and into Saturday. Let's look at the day 4 through 8 outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Here's the map for day 4. This would be for Friday. And here we go. The Central Plains, under that 15% probability in the yellow for that severe weather threat on Friday. And once we get into Saturday, the probabilities increase now to 30%. So here we go again. It does look like we're going to see another potential outbreak of severe storms later this week and right into the weekend. I know you're thinking Saturday yet again, but unfortunately that does appear to be the case right now. So just keep this in mind over the coming days. Nothing major as far as severe weather in the near term, short term, but we are looking at later this week, mainly Friday and especially Saturday, looking at another round of potential severe weather across the Central Plains. So continue to keep this in mind. Thanks for watching this video forecast.